Alright, everybody, how are we doing today? Apparently there's been a bit of a scandal with the whole impeachment hearing nonsense. And it is nonsense. There will be no impeachment. They're butthurt and desperate to get rid of someone they don't like. Same old, same old. But apparently, in their vehement hatred of Trump, they have crossed a certain line. This is from The Hill, and it says, impeachment witness apologized for mentioning Barron Trump in hearing. Yeah, apparently they decided to verbally harass a probably emotionally vulnerable 13-year-old boy. Why they felt they had to do that, I have no fucking idea. Probably because they have no ethics or morals. You know, and go figure, they're politicians. But Stanford University professor Pamela Karlan apologized on Wednesday after she received backlash for mentioning President Trump's 13-year-old son, Barron Trump, during the impeachment hearing. I want to apologize for what I said earlier about the president's son. It was wrong of me to do that. I wish the president would apologize, obviously, for the things that he's done. That's wrong. But I do regret having said that. The witness's apology came after remarks she made earlier in the day while explaining the president's rights under the Constitution. Contrary to what President Trump has said, Article 2 does not give him the power to do anything he wants. And... What the heck? Article moved around a little bit. Contrary to what President Trump has said, Article 2 does not give him the power to do anything he wants, and I'll just give you an example that shows you the difference between him and a king, which the Constitution says there is no titles of nobility. So while the president can name his son Barron, he can't make him a baron. Wait, what? That's it? That's it? I thought for sure she would have, said something about him being a school shooter, the next school shooter or something. I mean, come on, I thought these supposed to be guys were supposed to be vicious and spitting blood at each other. What happened? That was it? That's actually kind of disappointing. But Republicans panned the Democratic witness over the remarks, saying that the president's child should not be brought up in the hearing. First Lady Melania Trump criticized the remark while defending her son, saying in a tweet that a minor child deserves privacy and should be kept out of politics. Pamela Karlan, you should be ashamed of your very angry and obviously biased public pandering and using a child to do it, the First Lady wrote. White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham also called the comment classless in a tweet. Representative Matt Gaetz, one of the President Trump's allies, confronted Karlan about her invocation of Barron during the hearing on Friday afternoon, saying it made her look mean. Karlan was one of the 3 constitutional scholars invited by Democrats to testify during the Judiciary Committee hearing as part of the House's impeachment inquiry into President Trump. Republicans invited 1 scholar to testify for the hearing while the White House declined to participate. Well, at least she apologized. There's a reason why I don't cover this kind of thing normally. Although I'm thinking maybe I should, just in case. But this sort of high school-esque drama that seems to follow these politicians around like a cloud of stink is really none of my business. It's not substantial. It does not merit a lot of comment. But it does characterize these ridiculous impeachment hearings. It clearly shows the flagrant disregard for the office of president and for Trump himself that these Democrats clearly have. But now the Democrats are debating how broadly to make their impeachment case, again from The Hill, against President Trump, which some lawmakers seeking to expand the list of charges even as House Judiciary Committee members signal a relatively narrow approach. House Democrats at the first Judiciary Committee impeachment hearing on Wednesday gave the clearest sign yet of the scope of their likely articles by unveiling posters featuring 3 possible charges: abuse of power and bribery, obstruction of Congress, and obstruction of justice. I'm for a keep it simple scope, Representative Eric Swalwell, a Judiciary Committee member, told the Hill during a brief break from the Wednesday hearing. The charge provided a clear signal of intent by the Judiciary Committee, as did counsel Norm Eisens pointed questions to a panel of constitutional experts about whether Trump had committed the impeachable offenses. 3 witnesses invited by Democrats still answered affirmatively. Yet some Democrats are pushing for expanding the scope of impeachment articles beyond Trump's efforts to pressure the Ukrainian government to investigate his political opponents. Representative Al Green, a progressive member of the Congressional Black Caucus, sent a memo to his colleagues on Wednesday urging that an article of impeachment include an abuse of power charge for Trump's actions inflaming racial tensions. I say if impeachment is the remedy for invidious abuse of power related to Ukraine, it should be the remedy for invidious abuse of power related to racism in the United States, wrote Green, one of the first members of Congress to endorse impeaching Trump. What is with these bogus claims about Trump being a racist? When has he ever said anything bad about blacks or Mexicans? He did not say Mexicans were bad. He did not say they were inferior. He did not say that they were evil. He simply said that Mexico was not sending them us their best people, claiming that people trying to come here were not ordinary law-abiding citizens. Mind you, to paint everyone with one brush like that's ridiculous, but it hardly merits the label racism. And to my knowledge, is there not at least several thousand black people who support Trump? Oh, but wait, right, I forgot. The left likes to pretend that Blexit doesn't exist, or that hashtag walk away doesn't exist. But you show them video evidence, they're like, oh, they're all just paid actors. They're paid actors. Bullshit. If they're paid actors, then prove it. Show me the pay stubs. Do your own little investigating, find out who paid them and why, and trace the pay stubs, and then share them on the deep web. Because the deep web is a place on the internet where you can find several articles where you can even find Air Force documents, some of which have actually showed how Nancy Pelosi was actually abusing the privileges of getting access and use of Air Force 2. If it's true, then show me the proof. Where's the proof they're paid actors? Trump is not a racist. You can keep crying it all you want. It's bullshit and you know it. You either know it or you're stupid. You're an idiot. Still, Green has forced 3 House floors votes since 2017 on bringing up articles of impeachment against Trump. All were focused on actions by the president that inflame racial tensions, including his equivocal response to the white supremacist marches in Charlottesville, VA in 2017. Representative Gary Connolly, a member of the Oversight and Reform Committee, said he thinks the obstruction of justice allegations in the report by former special counsel Robert Mueller should be part of the articles of impeachment. This is a crime, he said fervently. Connolly also expressed openness to including the actions cited by Green as part of an article of impeachment broadly alleging Trump has abused his office. Do I agree with Mr. Green that deliberate incitement to racial fears, divisions, or of prejudices is beneath the dignity of the office of the President of the United States, and could even get a level of an impeachable offense under the category of abuse of office? Yes, I do, Connolly said. The Constitution's emoluments clause and long-standing arguments that Trump has violated by using the presidency to earn profits for his businesses could spark more calls for additional impeachment articles. Pushing forward with a longer list of articles of impeachment could provide some political benefits for Democrats. Beyond appeasing members who want to see their concerns about Trump reflected in specific articles, it could also allow members to vote against some articles and in favor of others. But it could also complicate and lengthen a process that much of the party wants to keep simple and relatively speedy. Many Democrats are seeking to avoid a kitchen sink of impeachment articles that could complicate their message. That's especially the case for Democrats in swing districts, who are reluctant to support impeachment inquiry until Trump's actions with Ukraine came to light, and do not want articles to become a long list of grievances. There are some people who think we should just take everything that we're unhappy about related to the president and put it in one giant basket, and I just think that doesn't bring people along with us. That doesn't make it clear to the American public that we're focused on, and why I said freshman Representative Elisa Slotkin, who represents a district that Trump carried in 2016. Representative Senior Maloney, a House Intelligence Committee member who also represents the district Trump won, told CNN's Anderson Cooper that my 2 cents at this stage, there is clear and convincing evidence of the president's misconduct on Ukraine, and we should focus first and foremost on that. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Gerald Nadler's team has informed Democrats on his panel that they should stay in D.C. this weekend and not return home to their congressional districts. They were not told why, but lawmakers suspected the Judiciary panel can hold weekend mock hearings in preparation for a possible Monday hearing on the 300-page impeachment report and a possible hearing later in the week to mark up the articles of impeachment. This is actually a surprisingly smart move by the Democrats, because if they just threw everything against the wall and saw what stuck, people would start to realize the truth. That this is literally just Democratic butthurt because, oh, boo-hoo, we lost 2016. So we'll just make up a bunch of bullshit and hope people buy it. This is the truth, though. This is the fucking truth. They lost 2016. They hate that they lost 2016. That's why they're trying to get rid of him. They don't even care that that would get us President Pence. They don't even give a shit. They'd probably just go after him next. What do you want to bet? But the impeachment is obvious bullshit. They're not going to prove anything. And here's my prediction for the coming decade from the 2020s. Trump will not be impeached. It's not happening. But the Democrats will keep trying anyway. Their butthurt will become increasingly obvious until eventually people begin to become disillusioned. Their disillusionment will continue as the Democrats go further and further left and become less moderate and continue down this partisan avenue they've been pushing. And they'll lose so much support that they'll end up going from a major party to a third party. Some of that clout will be swallowed up by the Republicans, and some of it will be swallowed up by the Libertarians. Maybe even the Green Party will receive some liberals and they'll receive a boost. The power vacuum will be filled by other parties. Now, I don't think that the Libertarians are going to get enough to actually make it up into a major party. Rather, I think what will happen is the Republican Party will become incredibly huge and receive a lot of power. And you will see a brief resurgence of a conservative America, like in the 1950s or in the early 1960s. You'll see a brief resurgence of conservative America, which will end once conservative America goes too far, and we will see a mindless adherence to cultural tradition that will alienate people and allow room for a second major party, and the two-party system will return, but it won't be the Democrats, because people won't forget. It may end up being the Libertarians, or it might even be the Greens, whoever manages to appeal to those who were alienated by this resurgence of conservative America. That's just my prediction. But the impeachment is obvious bullshit. This is not going to happen the way they think it's going to happen. Period. I mean, if they think it's going to go their way, they're completely delusional. There is nothing. If there was anything, they would have succeeded by now. The fact that they moved from the hashtag Russiagate narrative to this new narrative is clear evidence, to me, that they're just trying way, way too hard to get rid of someone they don't like. And it's becoming painfully obvious. Anyway, peace.